Good evening, everybody. I'm MC Toon, your host on the MC Toon Live channel. Tonight, we've got scheduled a debate with Tacori, which has been, I guess, gone through a couple different delays. Number one delay was Tuesday. He had initially agreed to a time. It didn't work for him. Then he suggested today. Then that didn't work. He had some family something. He's still out of contact. So even though I delayed a little bit, I thought I'd at least go live here a little bit. I'm thinking he might not show up. So we'll have to reschedule again. But there's a couple things. I am doing the in 2 hours with Cody. It was going to be at 8. Moved it to 7 Central Time with Cody. Cody Payne, sorry. And so that will happen. That he's a student at a physics student at I forget where. Anyway, he's presenting on the scientific method, so be sure to stick to come for that. That'll be good. That's a live recording for the podcast. And then if you see the poll, you'll see right along here, gift memberships. I'm testing, so please don't actually do any gift memberships. Something's not right. I think something's not right with it. But there's a poll. Please do vote in the poll on. You'll read it. You'll see what it says. So anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I did a pregame chat on Discord, and so there's a whole bunch of people on the Discord server. I thought, well, you know what, we'll pop in. We'll do a little bit of a Discord chat and for today. That'll be what we do unless Tacori shows up soon. So here's the chat. Chat, if you say anything, they can hear you now. So and
Hi, chat.
I'll put in, so if anybody wants to join the live chat there, it's a lot of people, so hopefully we can all queue up enough to have a back and forth. So there's a link in there if you want to join the Discord server and jump right to the chat to join. So how are you all doing there today? Anybody? I'm gonna have to call people out. Batman. This is obviously fake Batman, because I'm Batman. Anything to say? Nothing? That's right. Nothing for you to say. Fake Batman. I was having a good talk with Irvy7762. How you doing?
I'm very good. How are you?
I misplaced his accent. I guessed Scotland. He's from Ireland. He was gentle with me though. He said it was okay. just across the water there. What's the name of the guy?
I've moved around. I've got a very unusual accent.
All right. What's the name of the guy in My Fair Lady? I'm not that guy. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Who can identify people by their accent, like where they grew up?
Oh, yeah. No one can guess me. I've just lived in too many different places.
Yeah. All right. Henry Huggins. But the process says Baba Ali or Ali. But if I say Huggins, PhD Tony will get upset because he thinks I'm trying to say Huygens. which pronounced with the proper inflection sounds a bit more like Huggins anyway. So I don't know. Higgins. That I think Phantom. I think that sounds better. Henry Higgins. Yeah. At least you didn't accuse him of being Welsh. There you go. I got off.
Yeah.
Got up easy on that. And Tacos Janus is here. How you doing? Can you once again say your name correctly so I can promptly forget to say it wrong again?
I'm doing fine, thank you. And the name is Takács János.
Oh my gosh. János.
János.
Okay,
Yes.
I think I can get that.
That's right.
And we all right, Round Thinker, who's definitely really good at Dutch, being a native of Israel. It's saying it's more like Huygens. I don't know. All right. Well, what do you got to say, people? We've got like 20 of you in here.
Hello, Michael.
Howdy. Who is that? It doesn't highlight quick enough for me to see.
Joe Whip.
Oh, Joe Whip, how you doing? Yeah, there's an echo. Yeah, so if you sometimes you want to use either headphones or use press to talk so that it helps with echoing. And that's part of that. That's part of the problem with Discord. You get a lot of people that are just too many people, and somebody's always echoing or something. So, we've got somebody who says not a globe is their name. They volunteered to advertise that they're wrong. I appreciate that. Got anything to say they're not a globe? No? Anything to say they're not a globe? That's all the echoing, people. Say they're not a globe. That's Dabo. That's all the echoing. All right, I'm gonna move you. There you go.
Coming from Dobo.
That got muted fast. He's doing it intentionally.
There you go. There you go. Server mute. Thank you. If you're doing that intentionally, you can stop. If you're not doing it intentionally, you can DM me and apologize.
Well, it can't be me. I just put my headphones on.
All right. All right. So I see Rachie. I asked Rachie if she wanted to come in, but she's it's all good. You don't want to. Nothing. Let's see. Oh, not a globe. Still nothing, Nadia. What do you got for us? Not a globe.
I have got a question for not a globe. Can you provide, please, measurements that prove that it is not a globe?
Ooh, there you go. You know, when
measurements with units and error
margin
calculations.
Of analysis, yeah.
Margins of error, yes.
And when they say, "Oh, I don't claim anything. I just know it's not a globe," then that's their white flag of defeat. Because if the Earth were flat, you would be anxious to provide the measurements of flatness. But no flat earther got to being a flat earther by looking at measurements or empirical evidence and saying, "Oh, that agrees with flat Earth." All of them looked at something, usually a video, that said, not a globe. And it was then misunderstandings of the globe, intentional or unintentional. And then the test that didn't match the misunderstanding, of course, because it's a misunderstanding, then the false conclusion of not a globe. So anyway, I appreciate that you're here, not a globe, to be that person. If you don't have a model, you're epistemologically and scientifically irrelevant, says PhD Tony. Yeah. I say it's those words are a bit long. And I'm guessing that most flat earthers don't know what either of those longer words mean. So I just say you showed up to the horse race without a horse.
Well, Michael, since I'm not on Facebook, so I was wondering what the blowback has been with the flat earthers in regards to Mr. Beast's visit to Antarctica.
I think these last 2 days I haven't been on there much. to see it. So, and I posted the video. I posted it on my Facebook feed, and then shortly after I posted a different post, and the different one got all the traffic. The different one was, I'm flying to Phoenix. Can you predict the dip of the horizon? And there was, last I checked, over 1,000 comments on there, I think, or near it. And exactly 0 flat earthers had provided a prediction based on flat Earth.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah. Nobody's. All right. And then I got a link from here. Emerson Biggins has a link from Bobby Shafto. Now, Bobby Shafto is the first person that I really got to know back on the tfes.org, the Flat Earth Society.org. That's where I started all of this. I joined the Flat Earth Society.org forums, and then tfes.org, because they split. Because just like typical flat earthers and people that have beliefs about the real world that aren't based on evidence, they had disagreements about things. So they split off, and the twain shall never meet. But I did enjoy the discussions a little bit better on TFES, and that's where Bobby Shafto was active mostly. So data gleaning from sunset through pipe is the title of one of them. So I think that might be good to, I think I'll look at that. And I know it's always safe to post things from Bobby, but sometimes the audio, I don't know where he gets the audio, so I won't play it because I don't want the audio to get piped through somewhere the wrong place. So this will be on, hold on. There it is. This will be, those of you on Discord, you'll need to look on the YouTube. I'll give you the link if you want to look at it yourself. So, all right. Here's the link to the first one. So here we go. Through a pipe. So this pipe thing, this was one of the ways that Samuel Rowbottom had thought to test the dip of the horizon. He brought an 18-inch pipe up to the top of a 12-story building in Brighton, England, and thought, well, that's it. It should dip a whole lot. He had no idea how much it should dip, though. He didn't do the math. Bobby Shafto has an 18-inch pipe. Oh my gosh. So I don't know.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's something, Bobby. All right, I'm gonna read what the description says. Using a pipe diameter and distance from camera with the secondary reference of the sun's angular width, I was able to calculate the observed elevation of the sun and dip angle of the horizon. Also using Peak Finder's sun layer married the image up to get the setting azimuth. Compare that with the sun azimuth elevation details from SunCalc and horizon dip prediction from Walter Bislin's Advanced Earth Curve Calculator, and amazingly, all lined up pretty well. Which all leads back to the challenge for flat earthers to explain the sun having observed declination below horizontal at the time of setting with the simultaneous subsolar position 6,260 miles away. And yeah, it's funny asking them to do stuff like that, because they can't do anything. So all right, he'll play again here. So he's getting the azimuth of the sun, 244 degrees. And so there he's putting that as the reference on the screen. Horizon dip negative 0.64 degrees. Oh, it matches Bislin. Amazing. Amazing. Horizon dip angle 0.64. How does that happen, flatties? Yes, and that's where the subsolar point is. 6,260 miles away. None of it works, right? How could the sun be, how many miles above the surface? They don't know, yet be below eye level. No answer. They just say perspective. Perspective 101. Duh. That's what Witz had actually said in the Dean Odell debate. He was back by his camera, and I heard him over saying it, or over speaking Dean, saying that's perspective 101. There you go. Good job, Bobby. Always love his stuff. If you're not subscribed to Bobby, shame on you. Go here, right here. Go get it. Give him a sub. He's at 625. He should be at 10 billion. Okay. And then what's this? Explain Aether Band with this clip. So, Aether Band is a Travis. What's his name? Findley. He goes by the plain truth, and if they have truth in their name, you know they don't care about truth. So no, the debate has not started. Just so you know, Moira and everybody else, Tacori has had some family emergency, and is at the moment not responding. So to my knowledge, it's legit. So I'm not gonna call him out or anything on it. And what are we seeing here? All right, hold on. I gotta pause it. This is intended for Ubercast / Plain Truth / Aetherband / Travis, or anyone who thinks he or she can explain how Aetherband. So Aetherband is the name that Travis Findley / Plain Truth assigns to the high amounts of refraction that happen over water on a sunny day later in the day when there's just massive variations in temperature. He calls it Aetherband, and thinks, well, that's revealing the truth. Well, it's not. In fact, it's just masking it because there's so much randomness happening there. You have no idea. Anyway, explain how Aetherband works to create the illusion of this vessel appearing sunken, sitting lower, missing hull. This was shot a few years ago from La Jolla's Ellen Browning Scripps Park, or, if you're an American, La Jolla, with the camera phone mounted onto a spotter's scope, camera height above, edit height corrected, 25 feet above the water. So there you go. It's a vessel appearing sunken.
As someone that's been to La Jolla, it's La Jolla.
When I first went there, I wasn't going to La Jolla. I was in San Diego. And then we wound up in La Jolla, and I'm reading it. I'm like, what's La Jolla? Oh, that's La Jolla. There it is. All right. Yeah, what's causing that, and by what amount? Can we know that to be happening, or predict it, right? And I've got a super chat here from I'm guessing it's French, which I can't read at all. I'm quite rubbish at French. I'll put it in here. We've got a $5 Canadian super chat from Martin Camo, and the name of the it looks like it's just a super sticker. Is that what it is? I don't know. But the name is the name is Martin Camo Web Designs Tutorials. So thank you for that, and I have used web design tutorials. It's been a few years. my first website was written in Perl. And that was the first and last time that one other time I used Perl. Twice I've used Perl. But anyway, still nothing from Tacori. So I'll put it to you, panel on Discord. What is on your mind? Anybody? Oh, I see Eric Burns.
Apparently nothing is on our minds.
Apparently nothing. Eric, are you excited for Cody's presentation?
Yeah, I think so. The one thing I am sad about is Artemis getting pushed back another year.
Oh, you didn't see that coming?
I think everyone sees all the delays coming, but of course, it just hurts to see it happen.
Yeah. So did they announced it to what, 2025 as the next launch?
Yeah, September 2025 now.
Yeah. That's pretty optimistic. You think about this. In the 60s, they went from, when they're like 1958, NASA founded, 1969, landed on the moon. 11 years from nothing to landing on the moon. And how long has Artemis been in progress?
I don't even know how long.
Government is so inefficient.
I mean, look at how long James Webb was in the process of being built to actually going up. Like, it was supposed to launch like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah. All right, so the wiki page for Artemis says that its duration started in 2017, which is 7 years ago. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because originally their plan was to have them actually walking on the moon this year. I remember their first commercials were saying that.
Yeah. That would be something. That would be amazing. It would beat the previous one by 4 years. But so if they're orbiting in 2025, then that's 9 years.
Hopefully land in 2026.
Well, then that'd be 9. Well, all right. Hey, if they can do it in less time, then good, I guess.
But as I understand, they're trying to do a different thing than the Apollo missions. So they try to do a space station around the moon and back and forth transport spaceships, I guess, and back and forth transport to the moon also. And they want to put the space station at a high lunar orbit, so they have all kinds of problems. The Smarter Everyday channel, Destin, did a good video about the problems, so I recommend you to watch it.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, putting in a high lunar orbit causes problems just with all the math because of with the moon's gravitational well, it gets kind of complicated with, I think because of its elliptical orbit, once you get up to the higher orbits, then it can cause some problems with the math, and it sucks.
Yeah, they're talking about a different, highly elliptical orbit, right?
I mean, probably.
Yeah, according to Dustin's video, it was highly elliptical.
Yeah, I saw the one where he spoke to the room full of NASA people, right?
Yeah, that's the one I'm referring to.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I mean, I would think I guess I haven't seen a lot on the space station. I just know they want to have one around the moon. I would think if they're going to do highly elliptical, I would think they'd want to also do a polar orbit, since all the stuff they want to do is at the South Pole. But I don't know if that's what they're going for.
I suppose, yeah. If
Yeah,
they're
and
trying to do something more longer term, then that makes sense.
But the sheer number of the rockets they need to launch for one mission. So when the guy asked that, is it really 8 rockets per mission? It's more like 12.
Yeah,
It's overcomplicated, I guess.
Yeah, no, I've seen stuff where it's like the way that Starship is supposed to work with all of this is like using it. There's going to be like a refueling part up in orbit around the Earth, but to get the fuel up into orbit alone already wastes a lot of fuel and requires another rocket. And it's just, what's the point of having it there then?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say, as somebody that actually saw the first moon landing, I'd actually like to see it as an adult now. Just saying.
Yeah.
I also saw the first moon landing, but not live, just after the fact.
So Tacori is in the YouTube chat and says he's on the way.
Ah,
Really?
Oh, we'll see.
No, this will be fun.
Let's see. Baux one says, "Why do current space missions sound like my Kerbal Space Program strategies?"
because they're probably all playing Kerbal Space Program while coming up with these strategies.
Could be.
And finally, KSP2 has an update to where it's now a playable game. So if anyone else plays Kerbal Space Program.
Finally.
I had the
Yes.
first game. I don't have the second one yet.
I was actually just playing before stream started.
I need to play again.
I played when it was beta. Quite a while ago.
I'm not good at it, but I can get to the Mars planet, but I can't get back.
What do they call
I
the
can
Mars
barely get
planet?
to the moon.
It's Duna.
Duna. Why is it Duna?
Probably just dunes. I don't know.
Sand dunes, perhaps.
Okay. So somebody in a comment was asking why I pronounce Uranus the way I do.
Because that's the correct pronunciation, but everyone says Uranus because funny joke, but I do the same thing and laugh every time I say the planet's name.
Yeah, but I think it's even more than that. Because if you look at all the planet names, they're all Roman names, Latin. Except for one. Uranus is the only Greek name. And so I think it was a 13-year-old boy that was sitting there. They're like, we're going to call it Kalis. And he's like, no, you're not. You're going to call it by the Greek name, Uranus. That's what I think happened.
If anybody's wondering, I posted that video in the Discord and in YouTube chat about the one we're talking about with Destin.
Round Thinker says Oran is the Hebrew name for Kalis, I suppose, right?
And then do you know the naming scheme for all of Uranus's moons?
No.
They're all Shakespeare characters.
Oh.
Because all of them have, a lot of them are still gods and goddesses, but no, Uranus is just Shakespeare characters.
That's pretty cool.
Being a hockey player, my favorite one is Puck.
Oh yeah, I have seen that play several times.
Todd Ferguson, yes, I remember that one.
Todd
The
Ferguson.
Futurama name for Uranus, Eurectum.
I mean, I can't believe that. Slithery says that they also have to qualify Starship as a lander. Yeah. And well, yeah. And so Starship has to first be qualified as a escape the surfacer. hopefully that'll happen soon. Yeah, and then Dave Kircher says, "Thank Thidikaka, it's Thune's Day, and thanks to Super Thune for keeping us attached to the spinning globe." It was Superman's kryptonite that does that, thanks to Flatzoid's wisdom. Oh,
Oh God,
Desert
do
Fox's
not know
bullshit.
much. Said hockey puck requires a container rink. God damn it.
Yes, it does. All right, the round thinker. So this is in Hebrew here. We got and apologies to everybody that hears me try to pronounce these Hebrew words. The names of the planets from Inside Out are Hama, Noga, Eretz, Ma'adim, Tzedek. I don't know. Shabte, Oran, Rahav, in case you wondered. But what about Pluto? Left off Pluto. 1, 2,
It's not a planet.
6, 7. Shush. I want to know.
I
the
don't
name
get
of
why people care so much.
Because it's the underdog. We all root for the underdog.
The guy that found the dwarf planet Eris, which led to this whole thing,
Yeah.
his Twitter handle is @PlutoKiller.
Nice. When James Webb first launched, there's a Twitter for James Webb, and there's a Twitter for all. And NASA has a bunch of Twitters for different ones. So there's one for Earth, one for the Moon, one for the Sun. When James Webb opened up the shields for the Sun, the James Webb Twitter account blocked the NASA's Sun and Earth and Moon Twitter accounts.
Oh my God.
I thought that was pretty smart.
That's pretty good.
That's all right. Javardo says you saw that Whitsitt said he's organizing a visit to Antarctica right after saying that you couldn't go there. You probably saw it. Review it. Didn't see. I saw it. I saw him say that. Not only that, but this is how much of a narcissist he is. I don't know if anybody's really pulled this out. So the words that he said, I quoted them. I got the from the transcript. I got the words that he actually said and pasted it in when somebody's like, Whitsitt debunked Mr. Beast going there in a debate. I'm like, I listened to it. He didn't, but he said, so we're going there and we're going to show you that that it's not the sun. So how do you like that? Right? Like as if he's going to go there and is 100% confident, so confident that this thing that hasn't happened yet has happened and in your face because it has happened already. Like the narcissism in that was amazing. But yeah, I plan to do. I was planning to do a video that's just some responses to the Antarctica video that I put out last week. So
apparently, there's that guy who posted something where there's like 500 replies to his comment.
Yeah, I could not find that on there.
It was like the second comment, I think, on there. I think you actually commented back to it.
It's Mike Jones, right?
Let me pull it up.
I couldn't find it. Let me see if I can.
How to survive a disaster.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, I don't see it anymore either.
Yeah.
I wonder if he deleted the comment.
He might have. Flatties do that. A lot of time, if you ever come up to a video, because I like to pin flurfs if they comment. If you ever come to a video and there's a lot of flurfs chatting on it, and you don't see a pinned comment, some of the time it's because they deleted their comment. So little inside to that. So yeah, if you find a good one, I like to get one that's just got 1 or 2 comments or none, and then pin it so that everybody can enjoy. Stayman 990 says, I guarantee that Wisset goes to Antarctica during a month where there's only 22 hours of the sun, and then he'll say, "Told you so." Oh yeah, that's the other.
Or he'll.
That's the other thing. They definitely like to do. Did I close down the? I think I closed the Zoom meeting. They definitely like to pick things and construct their experiments to not be possible to have a globe confirming result.
Or he'll go when it's wintertime there.
Yeah. Well, in reality, yeah, you've got to go when it's the right time. So, all right, I'm gonna create the meeting for Tacori. All right, and created. Copy the link. Man, he's an hour and a half late. I can't go much longer because I got Cody coming up. So let's see. Round Thinker says, if someone is blocked in a channel, only he, the specific account, can see his comments. Yes. I've seen that. Like I'll be on a channel and I'll comment and I'll see that there's there's a lot of traffic on there, but no likes. Nobody's liked my comment. Nobody's responded to my comment. I'm like, wait a second. Even if they don't, if they don't like me, somebody's going to comment to there. So it'll go and look with you go look with the non-logged in account and you can see it's not there. So you can actually not see it's not there. So anyway, so I sent the new Zoom link to Tacori, so we'll see how it goes. Do we still have? Yeah, we still got not a globe here, just hiding, there. It's all right. When you're with your name not a globe, you're admitting you don't have evidence.
He's waiting for his moment to pounce.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy the censorship that flatties are happy to do. And any of the conspiracy nutters, that they cry and cry and cry about censorship, and then they're the first to ban a lot of the time. And Mark Steele is super good at it. Anybody that has any background in electrical engineering, and starts talking about his nonsense, he'll just ban them without a thought. But then his account gets deleted, and then he'll whine about it on Telegram, like, oh, the cabal can't take. I can't do his accent, but the cabal can't take it. They're hiding the truth and censorship, blah blah. Like, dude, your censorship is what it is.
So who do you think is going to be the next crazy person or flurf to have their channel deleted now that Santos is gone?
Oh, so sad. Well, Santos has a new channel, so somebody had mentioned it somewhere, and I looked at it. It doesn't have a whole lot on it. He's now he's basically a nobody flurf. And so he's on like Rumble and others, and he gets no traffic there. He was on Facebook. He keeps getting banned on Facebook because he can't stop demanding that a whole bunch of people get terminated, if you know what I mean. I'm amazed that Facebook lets him stay on there, because basically every day that he's allowed to post, he's listing off people that he wants to have you know, that done too. Santos has a new channel. The cows will be relieved. The cows and pigs. He loves the cows and pigs.
The soundboards that you guys have are amazing.
I love this. I added this one yesterday.
Ether is an immaterial background medium of pure potential. It cannot be quantified or measured intrinsically.
It cannot be quantified or measured. Means it's not science. Right? It's not testable. It's not falsifiable. It's not science. But we do. Oh, I had prepped this for Tuesday with Doug Daros, but he asked me not to play it. I'm like, all right, I won't do it. So Dirth, what do you think about me?
You know, online, he looks like a pretty handsome guy.
Thanks, Dirth. All right, here you go.
You flat earthers are demented.
You see, I sometimes you have to agree.
This morning, I went to the toilet.
Good for you, Santos. Good for you.
I mean, I think I'm stupid.
I do too. Icy Spin says for $1.99, 0% Witsit or any flurf will go to Antarctica. I agree. Some of the comments on the video are, you can't go. Did you see how expensive it is? $79,000. So you can go. It's just expensive. Expensive doesn't mean you can't go. Well, I suppose it means you can't go, Flatty. But people can go. Like, oh, but you can't explore freely. Well, yeah, if you're going with a group, the group is taking the liability. They're not going to let their liability insurance get a, they have rules from the insurance company and they don't want to lose it by letting some moron just go walking off in to go fall into a crevice or crevasse. Yeah, it means you can't afford to go. Like, oh, and there's regulations and permits. Okay, so you can go still. And you have to bring all your fuel with. Okay, so you can go. And you have to bring all your waste back out. Okay, so you can go. Desert File says it costs about $130,000. Yeah, there's different ones. On the website for ALE, the one that Mr. Beast mentioned, the kind of the base package to go to Union Glacier was $27,000. But there's a whole bunch of other things you need to do. You need to get there. So getting to Antarctica is probably not part of that. So, and you need to bring your own. You have to purchase your own snow gear. So yeah, it can add up. It's a lot. It's not easy to go there. You mess up and you come home as a flurfsicle. So PhD Tony says, to be fair, going to the toilet is a big deal for flurfs. It takes a lot of mental effort to aim right, and their IQ drops after they take a dump.
You assume that they aim correctly.
Well, their mom has to come clean up.
Tune.
Yes.
Just an observation. It doesn't cost that much to fly to Israel right now. Well, in general, maybe 1,000, 1,500,
Okay.
But there's a whole different thing between going to Israel and going to war sites. Like, who's going to want to go around the war sites? Like, you can go there, but it's not safe. Just like you can go to Antarctica anywhere you want if you want to be not safe.
Yeah. Or just get in a boat. You won't be greeted when you get there by a group of anything, and then get off and then start walking south. Make sure you
and then you end up like Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Yeah. Make sure you live stream it through satellite internet provided by Starlink, and so we can see you laying there saying, "Help! I'm freezing." Round Thinker says Gaza is nice. Been there several times in the last 2 months.
Well, you can go anywhere you want on a plane as long as you show them the proper authentication to get on the plane.
Yeah. Oh, it takes permits.
Well, boarding pass, I mean.
Yep. They required that to get on the plane when I flew to Phoenix. You can't freely explore Phoenix. Seriously.
You could if you were a sovereign citizen, because you're a free man on the land.
Yeah, but
convert.
But how am I going to get there?
Travel.
How?
Whatever means you need to travel, that's how you travel.
But it's expensive. I'm going to have to get a car. Do you know that? Do you know cars are not free? They did not give me a car. So I can't freely go to explore Phoenix.
Not very fast. You could walk.
I could, but then I'm going to have to eat. And if you go into a restaurant, you know what they do? They charge you. What?
It means you can't go to restaurants.
You can't freely eat.
That's true. You can't even go into a supermarket and freely eat without paying.
I mean, there is Dine and Dash.
Well, you could actually eat the cactus and stuff like that. You could get by on that.
Oh, but you can't eat the swallow. Yeah, you need a permit to touch them.
I was talking the paddle cactus.
The paddle cactus? I was talking
the one where you get nopales out of.
Yeah. Yeah, the saguaro. They're the big ones that are the traditional picture you think of the Arizona desert.
You were pretty close to me if you were in Phoenix, Toon.
Yep, I was. Well.
You're only like an hour away.
Oh, where are you?
South of there. I'm not going to say it on the stream because I don't want Flurfs to try to dox me.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mexico City it is. Flurfs. He was in
Mexico City. Since that's an hour from Phoenix. Perfect.
I mean, by plane, right?
Well, I don't know.
Enough plane.
You can travel however you want.
Elon Musk rocket.
Yeah.
I like this from Icy Spin. He says, Odell sabotaged his debate to get out of the free trip to Antarctica and the space flight. I don't know. I think there's a bit more to that debate than just Odell sabotaging it.
Well, that 76 guy, what's his name? The pilot? Do you know who?
Oh yeah,
the channel?
74 Gear.
74 Gear. Yeah. Sorry. He offered a free flight as long as they came up with the plan.
No.
Which is crazy.
No. He said that it was all these flatties that said that he had to do something. He's like, wait a second. All right, it's fine. I'll put it together. So he put together an offer. It was $1.5 million, and he had to have enough people to fund it. And then if they do that, then they can figure out how to distribute the seats. And they're like, and he's like, I can't commit to flying it because my work schedule might not allow. But if I can, then I'll go. And they're like, well, if you're not flying it, like, why does it matter if he's flying it or not? What a ridiculous cop out that is.
He made 2 different videos about that, right? Because the first one I saw.
The first one was you guys do it, I'll fly. Yeah, you fund it, I'll fly. Right, I'll pilot it. But then they're like, well, we don't know how to do it because our moms didn't tell us how. So, no, not really. I mean, they tried actually. There's a bunch of flat earthers that tried, but they're not familiar. If you're not familiar with how to charter a plane, there's a whole bunch to learn. So.
Well, I mean, Bob Knowdle could have probably raised money. There's a couple other that could have raised enough money. I think Jaron probably could have. What's his face? Oakley might, if you added all three of them in there, they could have probably raised enough. And Karen B, you know, your lovebird.
Rachie says that's a ridiculous price. It is. $1.5 million is a huge price, but it was a big plane, so it would have been a lot of seats. I don't remember the exact price, but and when, I didn't do the math, but you think about it, you need to get the plane to the desk, you know, where you're going to start from. So wherever the plane normally lives, you need to fly it to, say it's going to Brazil. You need to fly it to Brazil. That costs money. You need to staff it. That costs money. Then you need to do the actual flight. Then it lands in Australia. Then that same plane and crew have to fly back to where they started or wherever the next place is. All that has to be paid for. So all of those things are part of it that you don't need to do when you're just taking a flight between Minneapolis and Phoenix.
Oh yeah, to fly that far, you need food, you know?
Yeah, food. You have to pay the pilots. You have to pay the supply company, which, you know, depends where you're going. If you're going to go, if they're like, well, it needs to be from this airport, which they're like, it has. Some of them think that it has to be following an exact line of longitude. Like, that's stupid, but
For some reason, I think that jet fuel costs a little more than $4.99 a gallon.
I don't know. And it's a lot. Of course, you need a lot of fuel, and you can't just take any plane because that's a longer flight than a lot of planes can do. So
yeah, I think if I remember right in the video, he said it's a 16-hour flight from Santiago to Australia, where he was planning on going, because it was the closest to the South Pole they could get in a straight line.
Yeah. Yeah, and so there's a short list of planes that can do it. So now you have to rent that one plane. That's the more expensive plane. You're not getting a Citation 3, you know. So, yeah, did Tacori show up yet? No. And it's 6 o'clock, 2 hours late. Man, Tacori.
I want to commend you on that disastrous show yesterday, Tune. I watched it for about an hour, and it was way over my head, and I think what he was saying was way over his head, too.
You mean on the Matters Now channel?
Yeah, well, no, on your debate that was 2 nights ago, sorry. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
With what's his face, who wrote this whole paper about atoms and how they're inside out or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Doug D'Aros. He's a concaver. It was so weird, and you know he doesn't have the foundations at all. He's like, these are all protons and neutrons. Okay, well then they would have an immense positive charge, but we don't see that. Oh, I don't want to get into the details. It's just conceptual. Jeez.
Well, the thing that messed me up was when he showed nothing to antimatter / matter, and then had proton or neutron or whatever it was under matter, and the other two things under antimatter made no sense to me at all.
No, it's
At
like,
least he wasn't angry
concepts
about everything.
Yeah, I like him, and I reach out to him every once in a while because he's got stuff going on, and I when Zenith Atlas, what's his name? Oh, geez, help me. James Balerio, I think. He's a concaver. He went by Zenith Atlas. He was on with me and FTFE with reviewing a flat earther video because he's not a flat earther. He's a concaver. And we had some good time. Well, I liked the guy, but he kind of got into, after I talked to him the last time, he got into thinking he was Jesus. And eventually he took his own life. And so it was that one that got me. Like, there are people that we all interact with that have potential for that. So reach out to them and we can do our part. So there's a few that I kind of try to keep track of and check up on every once in a while.
I try to check up on Lemonbird, but haven't heard from him in a while. He never wore seatbelts, so I wonder if he got in a wreck. I hope not, but
Yeah, he's gone AWOL. I tried to find Mind of God. Nothing from him.
what about Demok? Do you look for him ever?
Nope, never looked for him.
Why not?
Because all you got to do is say his name 3 times and he'll show up.
Oh, really? Demok.
No.
Watch him show up in the chat here again soon. And
all right.
If he does, you gotta post a link to the Discord and have him join the chat here.
My gosh. All right. Lord Illuminous Pooh says golf course is like an upside down graveyard. I like to think that's how it is the other way around. Oh, that's funny. All right. So Icy Spin asked a question. Can you talk about how you prepped Greg for his debate? I can. All right. So I saw that the debate's going to happen, and I thought, oh, I don't know. Is it possible that somebody who's it's possible that somebody in Greg's position has a good grip on the science behind the shape of the Earth. It's possible. But Dean has been around a long time and so knows all the talking points, all of the the diversions and all the ways that you can lie your way out of problems. So I emailed I emailed in and eventually he contacted me back and we had a conversation on the phone. It was a good conversation about it, and he told me that the agreement was, and so I took some meaning out of this that was wrong in the end, that the agreement was that the debate was just going to be about the Bible. And because I was going to say, well, you offered to him to have his people come and bring them up on stage and do presentations. I'm like, well, you can do the same, right? He's like, oh, no, it's just going to be about the Bible, he said. All right, well, then go. But I sent him, my channel. I sent him the video that I did 2 days before the debate. Was specifically for the debate. I was addressing the things in Nathan Roberts's list, and I know that Nathan Roberts was close to Dean, and there's no end to the flurpies that post the Nathan Roberts list. So it's the go-to list of flat earthers. This is what they claim proof for flat earth. So I don't know if he actually watched that particular video. Mostly the video is just mostly looking at these and saying every one of them is figurative. So it's really not that deep of a video. But he had watched a few other things. He was familiar with Mark Braun, which is not a lot of people are familiar with, but for people of a religious nature to know that basically the earliest flat earther on YouTube calls himself Satan and still is on YouTube, still calling himself Satan. So flat earthers generally don't know about him, but I think that's a huge part of their backstory that they don't know about. So I sent him that. So that was about it. I didn't do a lot of prep because he said that that was going to be just about the Bible. And so the reason why I found out that it was wrong was that Greg and Dean did not communicate well about the format or the topic. Basically, the only communication was when Greg had said those things on a Sunday morning. What he said, that was it. So Dean took everything from that. So Dean was going to try to get Whitsitt up on stage. And in the end, it didn't happen because Greg had opened that up and he said, we'll go as long as you want. Well, when I looked at the website for the church had just a 2-hour window for the whole thing. So I'm like, well, that'll be it. But, I'm like, well, of course things go long. So It went very long. Dean was still doing his presentation when the entire thing was supposed to be done. So it went super, super long. And it would have gone 3 more hours if it didn't blow up like it did. So anyway, that was the prep work. It really wasn't much. I talked to him once on the phone. I sent DMs to him 2 times before and then 2 times after. I sent him a link to my my review of Dean's presentation, and that was it after. So not much. So Lord Illuminous Pooh says DMOC is a bag of vile topped with dumb. That's a nice way to say it. It's a bit too complimentary though.
Tune, I guess I don't have the rights, but I did something that you might like. I invited Democ to the server.
Jeez. It's open. I think anybody can invite anybody. So, yeah, I mean, I would not mind muting him on my own server too. So
we'll have to see if he's up right now and joins.
Yeah, I mean, it might be early for him. Living in Illinois, it's 6 p.m. So,
who knows? He's demo. So
I could invite Pete Shank.
Pete Shank or Pat Shank?
Shay.
Oh, Pete Shay. That'd be funny. So I'm not. So,
invite Dirth.
Dirth?
Yeah.
Oh no, he
won't. See if he would do anything.
He won't. He doesn't respond to my emails. He doesn't respond to anything. He blanks me. He's scared. When I saw him in person, he had no clue. It was so funny. I think he probably needs to wear glasses. That's my guess. Because he wasn't. I've never seen him wear glasses, but when I don't have glasses on, which is normal for me, I can't read. So I can't read the screen very well. Like I can squint a little bit and see it, but I can drive. This is my normal thing. So my guess is that he needs glasses. So yeah, where'd Toon go? just what do I say? A software developer, and now a Flurf crusher. So what is that? PhD Tony says, what is DMOC's day job? Is his personality being sampled for use in new nerve gas recipes? That'd be great. All right. Still nothing. So did he show up yet? That's the question. Did he show up on the server yet? Desert File says, I did not find MC Toon on Discord. Well, I'll give you a link, Desert File. You can come join us here. There you go. There are. Well, Ice Bank Mice Elf, which is Lael. No, that's Zumi. Is that Zumi? Somebody help me. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure. Ice Bank Mice Elf. Yes. Because both of you change your names constantly.
It took me a second to get that one.
I be me. Is that something other than I be me?
No, the Ice Bank, that full name. Took me a second to get that one.
I still haven't.
Took me a second to get that one.
All right.
Yep.
There's I still haven't. Look who's coming.
Took me a second to get that one.
All right. He just needs to mute his YouTube stream.
There's I still haven't.
Look who's coming.
Took me a second to get that one.
Oh my goodness, Desert File.
Oh my god.
I still haven't.
We're gonna build up on Desert File an epic audio loop. Oh, guess not.
I just muted him on my end.
That was amazing.
All right, Desert File. Did you get your audio going yet? No, nothing yet. All right. Well,
He
he's
still has
wrestling.
he still has Windows sounds turned on.
Yeah.
Yikes.
He's
Oh my god, do I have to come in here and tell you to
Yes, you do, Zoomy.
I spank myself?
There you go.
Oh. Yes, okay. I said it, didn't I? All right.
Yes, you did.
All right. Well,
I was waiting to see if he would get it.
Sorry. For a 13-year-old, I certainly missed that. But we've got the legend here. We've got Desert File. How are you? Look at that behind him. He's got gravity behind him there. But your audio's
There's no audio.
Yep.
No audio now.
That's
No
okay.
audio.
We only need Desert File for his beauty, and he's a model. You didn't know that? He does runway. It's plug it in. Yep. Get it plugged in. The USB goes in. Yep. All right. And he got the USB plugged in the right way the first time.
Imagine that.
It's really the USB A is not the hard one. It's the micro USB you have to plug in 3 times. All right. If you haven't voted, if you're in the YouTube stream and you haven't voted in the poll yet, please do vote in that poll. I won't give any more background to it.
Who is this goofball on stream?
That's me.
Not you, the other guy with glasses.
That's Desert File.
Who?
Desert File.
Desert File.
Tacori
Desert
finally.
File, you may have to change your settings on Discord to get your microphone to work.
Moonlight becomes you.
There we go.
There it is.
There it is.
Good evening, one and all.
Good evening.
So where's your guest?
He just messaged me on Facebook. I'm here, just need to set my laptop up. Which is standard fare for Tacori to be 2 hours late. But I have another one at 7, so there's only so much time that Tacori's going to get. If
Didn't he say that about an hour? Didn't he say that about an hour ago?
He did. Yeah, he said initially it was delay at 30 minutes. I said, how about an hour? He said, yeah, okay. Now we're 2 hours.
There we go. Properly came down.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Toon, but usually when you set up for debate with someone, you generally give them 2 or 3 days in advance. And you email them once a day in between until the debate. So how can they be late and not know when the debates start?
Well, yeah, the one that was going to be on Tuesday, you're right. That is my template. And I did message him multiple times, and he still the day of is like, wait a second, that's too late.
I mean, you actually announced it on your stream too, the date like the week before, right? Or at least try to.
I don't remember. Yeah, I try. If I know, then I do. So, all right.
Is that Lael, the king of the flirts?
It is.
That is Lael, the king of the flirts, and Toon's always been afraid to debate me because he'll know I'll whoop him up. I'll Joe whip him up.
Yeah, you're tough, Lael, I must say.
I'm so tough that I'm not a real flat earther.
So Bill Tetley has asked, can you ask Desert File for a live gravity? And he's muted
Ah,
himself.
fucking gravity! Gravity! Gravity!
You're yelling so loud that it's cutting out on Discord.
It's clipping. It's clipping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of gravity? Gravity! Have you ever fucking
Gravity.
heard? Etc.
I never knew he was.
Thank you.
Never knew he was such a crooner.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think you understand the gravity of this matter, man.
that's what time does to
I
you.
don't think you're
This
grasping
is so
the
down to
gravity of
earth.
this situation.
How long ago did you first record that Desert File?
Good gods, 14 years. 14
Four-
or 15 years.
What was?
I remember
was the
seeing it for the
context?
first time when you first posted it.
Just about 30 minutes ago, I uploaded a video to my channel. A friend of mine made a video called The Best of Desert File. And in that video, he included the gravity video. And that shows there was a guy named Stoned Commander. So apparently he was a young Earth creationist or something. He wanted to know why planets were round when Big Bang was an explosion. You would think he thought that no explosions could create spheres. So it was so stupid that I just had to yell at him. And Bill Tetley, you're welcome.
Yes, Bill Tetley says, "Thank you, Desert File. You rule." That's interesting. See, I didn't know that. I thought maybe it was in response to flat earthers, but that was before flat earthers were prominent on YouTube.
Yeah, Stone Commander later he thanked me, which just cracks me up. He actually went on to not be a young Earth creationist anymore.
Oh,
He learned how planets form. So
that's good.
That was.
I have a genuine question about that. If it's true that everything expanded outward at a great speed, was gravity large enough at that point in time to make stuff coalesce into a ball or into whatever form it is now? Or would the expansion keep on expanding outward and matter would go with that? How does that work? It may sound stupid, and I just don't know the answer.
That's definitely not a stupid question. The answer is it took about 600,000 or 700,000 years for the new universe to actually cool enough so that it went from opaque to transparent. And the universe, of course, was in a inflationary state, which meant it expanded from quantum mechanical distances, like a few Plancks, to so tiny that the universe was granular, I guess you could call it, into a great many millions and millions of light years, so instantly. And the inflationary model shows that the universe expanded at a accelerating rate until enough gravity started to slow it down, and then dark matter and dark energy kicked in, and the universe's expansion started inflating in an accelerating rate again. So the greatest question regarding quantum physics and specifically regarding gravity is how to explain that dark matter and dark energy and where the fuck that's all coming from. The interesting part about dark matter is that no matter how great the universe is expanding, like I said, at an accelerating rate, is that the density of dark matter remains the same. And where the hell is all that coming from? I
think you kind of missed my question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're making it too broad. I'm specifically asking, if all of it, and I'm not saying it didn't, but if it all started at a dense point and quote unquote explosion happened or expansion, and all matter, time and space and gravity and all that stuff expanded outward, wouldn't matter continue to expand outward? And if so, how could it stop doing that and form planets and galaxies if it's always expanding out?
You can see, I don't know if you understand what scalar fields are and stuff like that.
No, maybe I'm asking a question way above my grade level.
No, that's an excellent question. We know that matter is actually embedded in space-time. Like we're not occupying space-time. We're actually part of it. There's, all of the fields that permeate space-time. When the universe expands, everything else expands. But we're talking about a size, a region so vast that in any point in space, the expansion is so tiny that it's unmeasurable. But if you take in the entire observable universe, we can actually see it's expanding and at a accelerated rate. There's a really cool diagram on showing why the farther away observable universes or universe, the farther away, the faster it's expanding. But that's only from our point of view. If we were to go to a region where we see the universe expanding at an accelerated rate, if we were to go there, we would not observe that area expanding. We could look where Milky Way galaxy is, and we could see that it is expanding and accelerating at a astounding rate, actually faster than the speed of light. Universes are allowed to go faster than the speed of light, but anything that has a mass or a charge is not allowed to go faster than the speed of light within the universe. So the reason that we do not observe like the solar system expanding is the scale is so tiny compared to the actual observable universe. So we will never see the local region expanding until we get past what they call the Great Attractor and stuff like that. Local galaxies. We have to actually look past local galaxies to see the expansion, and then look to the so whatever our instruments can see, we have to go to that frontier, I guess you would call it, before we actually see the universe expanding at an accelerating rate.
I hope that answers it, Lael.
He didn't really answer it again, but that's okay.
Here, so ask it again. Let me see, because I think I understood, and then now I kind of lost what your question was.
My question is very simple. If the expansion of the universe happened at some point, and we have all time, space, and matter in that little dense area, and it expanded outward, and the expansion is continuing to happen, how did matter end up being able to overcome the expansion and stop and coalesce into planets and stuff?
Okay.
That's the question. Not
yes.
Is it still expanding and how fast, and could we measure at our local area? But how can matter slow down enough to coalesce?
That's from when the universe was cooling down after the Big Bang. It was too hot at first for atoms to form at all, and then once it cooled down enough, that's when you could get hydrogen and helium atoms to form, and then you have the strong nuclear force that's stopping stuff from just keep expanding and stop
The
from
strong
just particles being all around.
I just want to say.
So are you saying that it got to a certain temperature enough that even though it was expanding, that the temperature was cold enough for the stuff for matter to quit expanding with the expansion?
Yeah, I mean it's still expanding with it, but the strong nuclear force is stronger, so it's holding it down.
Yeah. Now, just want to clarify: the strong nuclear force is now known as springs.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Springs.
But I've heard that electrodynamic force is like 17 times greater than gravity. Is that true?
I see what you meant. I apologize for not understanding what you were asking. So we do know that at the Big Bang, of course, all of the forces were unified, and it took a while before the what we consider the four forces to decouple from each other. And before that decoupling, itself had expanded to a very large, well, to human scales, very, very large universe. And then it decoupled, the forces started what they call shedding. The math is pretty cool. It's you get into scalar fields and how space-time can actually stretch, and gravity was actually the expansion was so fast that gravity couldn't keep up, if you can call it that, keep up. We found out that gravity actually there is a speed of gravity, and that's the speed of causation, which is also the speed of light in a vacuum. So it took a while before gravity actually took hold. The universe started to actually slow down, and then dark matter and dark energy kicked in.
So on Earth, all the gravity keeping us to Earth is pointing to the center. When the expansion was happening and gravity started, when the temperature was low enough that matter started to slow down and coalesce, was gravity inward too, as far as was it the inverse of the expansion, meaning that it was pointing to the center of the universe, wherever that may be, from all angles? Pointing to the center of the universe? Pointing to its center, wherever the center. We'll call the Big Bang the center. Or the cosmic expansion bubble, whatever you want to call it, whatever.
There's a cool thing about this universe is if you look at it from what might be the four dimensions, we are actually on the surface of what might be a sphere, and the sphere would actually be empty. So you can think of a inflating balloon, and the universe itself is in the cover. It's covering the entire surface, and so there is no center, but you can still get the expansion and the contraction. And the contraction would be the center of that surface. So technically, you could say that the universe has a center, but since it appears that we're on the surface of that construct, I guess you could call it, from our point of view, there is no center. I could be wrong, by the way.
Yeah, there is no center for the universe. I believe, just off the top of my head, it's that the universe did not expand symmetrically, is what it was. I am trying to find for myself just where, like, who exactly did the research. I think I know who it is, but I'm just trying to be sure. Let me see. It might take me a second to find it, though.
All right. Well, I'm going.
I think I may. Go ahead, Toon.
Lael. Tacori has joined the Zoom call, so I'm going to drop off of Discord. If you guys can talk Discord all you want, all day long if you want. But I'm gonna talk to Tacori, and then it can't be long with Tacori because I've got Cody coming up in about half an hour. So I'll read this from Lord Illuminous Pooh says, I thought my girl was promiscuous when she said I was her 30-second lover. Then I realized she meant time, 30 seconds, and it's him. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Discord panel. We'll see you guys later. And now, Tacori, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Tacori?
Yeah, I hear you. I was just looking for the mute button to unmute my mic.
All right. I hear a merry-go-round in the background.
Yeah, that's the TV. Let me cut the TV down.
Okay. I wonder where this is gonna go. We've got all of 34 minutes, 33 minutes before. Actually, I need to end a little before that. So, but yeah, it should be quick. I mean, it'll just he'll send the map, the measurements, the photographs of the entire flat Earth from high elevation. The explanation for what keeps the sun, so what fuels the sun, so we know how much where the heat and light comes from. How the sun stays aloft is another good one. So, all right, are you there, Tacori?
So I tried to get my wife to cut the TV down. She in her show and shit. So I'm not about to argue with her.
Right.
And plus she want to hear me give you this work anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So I messaged you on Facebook. I have another show in about half an hour. So
yeah.
And I whatever, I didn't tell people what happened, just that there was something and it's all good. So I'm not personal life is personal life, and I got no problems with that. So
but yeah, so I have my bad. I have a few questions, and then you can question me about flat Earth and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But I was gonna ask about measurements, because I know y'all use a lot of measurements. I know y'all run behind all type of measurements, to justify the curvature of the Earth. But isn't measurements only used for I don't know, finding a size, volume, and a force of something, or the amount of something, and not the shape of something?
Oh, you can use measurements to determine the shape of something. Of course you can.
Okay, so what formula is used to determine the shape of something?
Well, one way would be to, the first is the qualitative. What shape is it in general? Then the quantitative, what specific dimensions are it would be the other. So how do you know, first of all, that the Earth is a sphere? Well, there's a few things. One, you can see the shape of the shadow that the Earth casts on the moon. There is only one shape that always casts a circular shadow, no matter what angle it comes from. That's a sphere. The fact that there is bottom-up obstruction with increasing distance is evidence for a sphere. The fact that you cannot see the entirety of the sky, no matter where you are, is evidence for the sphere. The fact that there is a linear relationship between moving south and the angle that the stars shift down confirms that it's a sphere and not some other irregular shape. So those are the ways that you can qualitatively figure out what shape it is. But then to measure the actual shape of it, there's several different ways to do it. The precise ones would be you measure along a line of latitude, and then you take that, and so let's say you measure along a line of latitude across the United States. You say, all right, well, we measured 10% or 5%. Let's say 10%. 10% of the entire circumference of that line of latitude. So we know that particular line of latitude then is now 10%. We multiply by 10. We know then the whole amount. then we just use trigonometry to get to the size of the equator. So that tells us the equator. Then we can do the same for a line of longitude to get the radius, or sorry, the circumference of the north to south.
Okay, like
circumference, yeah.
Okay, so check this out. I know people. I done talked to some people that do construction. You know what I'm saying? So of course they be dealing with measurements, and they told me that they never used measurements to get the shape of anything. You know what I'm saying? They never used the measurements because everything that you was just saying, it was actually based off the size or the distance between something. You know, because check this out. If y'all need measurements to figure out the shape of the Earth, didn't y'all go to the moon to see the shape of the Earth?
No, the shape of the Earth was determined much before people talked about going to the moon. Yeah.
So how was it determined? Like through Eratosthenes?
No, the several examples that I gave you were the things that Aristotle and Pythagoras, is Aristotle specifically, listed. So the circular shadow of the Earth on the moon is one.
Well,
the bottom-up
here's
obstruction.
the thing about the
Yeah.
my bad. Here's the thing about the shadow of the moon. Here's the thing. I know that's not the shadow of the moon because one, the moon takes the dark part that you saying that's the shadow of the moon. It takes the color of the sky. It takes the exact color of the sky, whether it's in the daytime, whether it's in the nighttime, whether it's in between. Yeah, whether it's even when it's in the sunset, the sky always take the same color as the sky behind. I mean, the shadow always take the same color as the sky behind it. Number two, is a half moon. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, we know shadows take the shape of the object that the light is reflecting on. So therefore, if that's the case, then you wouldn't be getting a flat shadow from a sphere. You wouldn't be getting a flat shadow from a sphere, and then the next day you get a curved shadow again.
All right.
I don't know how that works.
Let me explain that you got multiple things wrong in your first in your thing there. So the phases of the moon are not the shadow of the Earth on the moon. So if you look at the sky now, and if it's not a full moon and you only see a crescent, that's not the shadow of the Earth. That's the phase of the moon. And the phase of the moon is because the moon faces varies what part of it faces the sun in about a 28-day time frame. Number one. So I'm talking about the eclipse. Well, we'll get to the eclipse in a second. Number two, the moon does not. It's not the color of the sky. If you take a picture of it, you overexpose it. You expose it more. You'll actually see the features of the moon that are in the non-lit area. But you see the blue of the sky because the blue of the sky is much brighter than it. But, if later in the day when it's not as bright and there isn't as much blue, the blue is from Rayleigh scattering. You can take a picture and you can see the rest of the moon. And there's so many. I mean, I can bring a picture if you want to see it, but there's so many pictures of the unlit portion of the moon where you can actually see the features. So those two things are. I really hope you understand those. I tried. So I'm not, but I was talking about the eclipse, which doesn't happen all the time. The eclipses happen, lunar eclipses happen a couple times a year.
Okay, so yeah, because you said a lunar eclipse is an eclipse in which the moon appears darkened as it passes into Earth's shadow.
Yes.
Which actually causes it to be red. So what causes the shadow of that moon to be red?
That would be Rayleigh scattering also. So do you know
Rayleigh scattering?
Yeah, so Rayleigh scattering is, let's see here. I'm going to look here. The next lunar eclipse, I've got the catalog of eclipses here. The next lunar eclipse is March 25 of this year. And the moon will go completely, it's right on the edge. You see that here? It goes into the penumbra, so you won't see it much. So to see a full eclipse, let's see, total lunar eclipse, not until March of 2025. So we're more than a year away when the moon passes into the full shadow of the Earth.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of I wanted to kind of talk about measurements because that's the thing that y'all always use.
Yeah.
Y'all always use measurements.
Yep.
Now, I know y'all say that the Earth is an oblate spheroid.
Yeah.
So do y'all still think that the Earth is 40,070 kilometers in circumference?
Approximately, yeah. It depends on which way you're measuring. If you're measuring
So,
polar or equatorial or a diagonal.
So what oblate spheroid formula you use to get that calculation?
What oblate spheroid form do you use? Well, so I covered that briefly. So the early ways that they did that was through surveying. So they measured the length of a line of latitude over a percentage of the Earth. And then they multiplied that to get the entirety of the circumference, and then they used trigonometry to get the radius of to get the circumference of the equator.
So what's the whole like say for instance, you know how they got the area of a square be like length times width in the area of a circle, which is power square and things like that.
Yeah.
So what's the formula, the formula for the oblate spheroid to get the circumference? The the area, because I know it can't be the same as a perfect sphere.
Yes. Yeah. So you want the formula for the oblateness.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll explain it again. All right. So you measure a portion of a line of latitude. Let's say you go across the United States and you measure across the 39th latitude. Right? So it's the 39th latitude. You know how many lines of latitude you are away from the equator. 39, right?
No, the formula. I need the formula. The formula. Like pi r square, the formula. I need the formula.
It's going to be, you're going to use a sine cosine relationship.
Okay, I think because I'm looking at one of these formulas right here for an oblate spheroid, you know.
Okay.
Because I want to see if y'all can get 40,070. I want to see if y'all can get 40,070 kilometers with these type of equations. Because that means if y'all can't get that with those equations, then that means that it'll be like incorrect. Because you said something about sines and cosines and stuff. So do you got a screen share thing on here?
Yeah, I'll pull up the results of one of these.
Yeah, it say
so
you disabled the share screen thing.
Oh yeah, all right, hold on, I'll do it so you can share it. It's disabled by default. It's the security settings. So, all right, go ahead. You can share.
Okay. Yeah. Share entire screen. Share. You see this?
Just a second. It's not up yet. It's coming up. Just a second. All right, there you go. Okay.
Okay, you familiar with these equations? Oblate spheroid surface areas.
The surface area of an oblate spheroid. Okay, that's different than what you're asking for.
No, I know. I'm just showing you that this is one of them that's a surface area, and you was talking about like sine and cosines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And here's one right here of the area of the oblate spheroid. Here's one. Like, let me zoom into it. It's oblate spheroid equivalent sphere.
Yep.
4 pi r square. I don't know. Yeah,
that's
4 pi r square.
That's not an
4 pi. Whatever the hell that is. My bad.
Okay.
And then you got the 4 pi a squared times 1
a sub 0
e squared.
Yeah, or a naught.
Yeah, a sub 0 and these. So can you get 40? What about these? There's a lot of equations on here.
Well, yeah, scroll up a little bit to that one. So finish your question.
Which equation?
Can you get 40,000
out of these equations? 40,000.
Yeah, so that's the area, right? And what's the 40,000 number you're quoting? What is that number?
That's the that's the circumference of the Earth.
Yeah. So area is not circumference. They're different things. So the different formulas for different purposes. Yeah. So that's the wrong formula to get the circumference.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I was scrolling down here to get to find the circumference because. Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah, I was trying to find the circumference because you were saying something like sine and cosines and stuff, and because or we could do the surface area because I know I think the surface area of the Earth of a sphere because I know they use perfect spherical math.
Sometimes it depends on
At
the
first.
precision you need. Yeah.
Yeah, they use perfect spherical math to get 4,000, to get 40,000, because I know that
To get
2 pi
40,000.
r square. Yeah, 40,000 70 kilometers, because I know they use pi r square. I mean 2 pi r, which is 2 times 3.14 times 6,371. Now they saying 6,378, and you get 40,078 kilometers, or 2,000 or 24,901 miles.
Yeah. Oh no,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate doing it in metric. Let's stay in metric.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so
prefer
you
that.
want the kilometers, the kilometers?
Yeah. 40.
Okay,
so
40,000 kilometers, 40,070 kilometers.
Yeah, and it's easy to remember if you know the history of the length of the meter, because the original definition for the length of the meter was that it was 10,000 kilometers from the North Pole to the equator through Greenwich, England. That was the original. Well, the French tried to do it through France. So they defined it. So that's why you get 10 to finish. That's why you get about 10,000 to go from the North Pole to the equator. You go all the way around, you get another total of 40,000. There you go.
Yeah. So well, I'm gonna do something real quick.
Okay.
Because here's the surface area of a sphere, which is 4 pi r square.
Yeah.
So let me see something real quick.
Here's a quiz. What's the volume? And I'm going to ask the live chat. No Googling it. What's the formula for a volume of a sphere? Tacori?
The formula for the volume of a sphere?
Yeah.
4.3, or I call it 1.25, but it's 4/3 pi r cube, I think.
There you go.
And I'm not Googling it. I swear I'm not
go.
Googling it. So here's the thing. I know my math, so So you got 4 times, I guess you got like 4 times 3.14, which give you 12.56. Yeah, so 12.56, and then you got times 6,378 cube. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this equation real quick for the surface area of the sphere, and I'm gonna see what I get as the surface area, since we got the surface area of the oblate spheroid.
Yeah.
So okay, 4 times, so 12.56. I get 12.56 times times 6,378 cube. Let me see where the cube is. And I get like 3.25 times 10.
What are you using an HP 48 calculator? Because that's what I prefer.
I'm not using an HP 48 calculator, but I get 3.258 times 10 to the 12 power. That's for the surface area of the Earth.
Okay.
So with this oblate spheroid equation, would I get 3.25 times 10 to the 12 power because I have to, because if that's the case, then that means that the whole measurement system would be messed up, because if it went from a perfect sphere to an oblate spheroid, and you got to use the same exact equation, and if that equation don't have the same exact solution, then you have to explain, like, because you would be based in all the measurements off of imperfect or incorrect equation or measurements.
Yeah. Well, yeah, go ahead. Bring up that other equation and go through it.
Okay, let me share my screen again. I prefer this easier one right here. Now I'm not gonna break this down because this is not mine. This is not my math. This y'all math. So I want to see if you could get 40,000, because I know how to do the equation. I want to see if you can get 40,000 out of this. Is my screen sharing?
I see it, but it's just me so far.
Okay, yeah.
There we go. Okay. All right, so the area of an oblate spheroid. Okay.
Yeah, no, the surface area.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you get 40,070 kilometers off this?
You better not,
Kilometers off this?
because 40,000 is the circumference, not the area. So that would be that'd be very bad.
I mean, my bad, not 40,000, my bad. 3.25 times 10 to the 12 power kilometers.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Let's do it.
No, I mean, you got to do it. This not mine. This not my mathematics. This the math that's supposed to support this oblate spheroid.
You want me to do the math for you?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let me.
Because I know this 4 pi. I know this 4 pi right here.
Yeah, it's that same 4 pi. Or no, go back to that. I'm gonna write it down. All right, we got 4 pi, and what's a naught squared? No, oh no, I'm sorry. Hold on. hold on. You're just doing 4 pi, and then b naught to the 4 over a naught squared. So, what are a and b?
What is A and B?
Yeah, in your.
Well, hold on. Since I'm sharing it, okay, hold on. Let me zoom out. Since I'm sharing it, you got the functions of A, B.
Yeah, but
let me see. Let me go down.
We need the definitions for a and b.
For A and B. Hold on. Let me see. Let me go to this one right here. A and B. These are the semi-major axes.
There you go. So B is what? All right, let's go. A equals B equals. So A is the what?
A is the. Let me go down to it. Let me see. See, these the numbers you got to use too for the semi-axes. For B, you get. I'm gonna get to A too, but for B, hold on. C, which is the polar radius of 6,356 kilometers, and a semi-major axis B, which is the equatorial radius is.
Yeah, equatorial. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Equatorial. That's a tongue twister. Equatorial radius is of 6,378. Yeah. Consideration of what force makes the equator. I mean, I'm not about to read that word. All right. Yeah, that's B and C. Let me find A real quick.
Well, that's okay because we have the equatorial and the polar radii. We don't have so A is going to be a radius, also an equatorial radius, but we only need one equatorial radius.
That's you don't get it for being A because this the oblate spheroid. The top is what you for the ellipsoid is A,
C and
but
B.
the
So you need the
oblate
formula.
spheroid is
So you need the formula that has C and B in it, not A.
Yeah, this one right here.
Yes. Yeah, we need the formula. So find the formula that has
for
C
oblate spheroid.
That has B and C in it. Yeah, which formula? So scroll down to the formulas again.
Yeah, B and C.
Yeah.
So, here's
that's
one.
Got BCA. That's 3.
There's the ellipsoid. Yeah, this the ellipsoid.
Yeah. So wait, you know what? We can use that one. Go back to that one.
You want to use this one?
Okay, that works because B and A are both the same.
Okay, so right? I mean, there's another equation, but if you want to use this one, that's fine.
Well, for the globe, C. Oh no, leave it there.
Oh, my bad. Oh shit, yeah, my bad.
All right. So on the globe, C is the polar radius, right? And both
C is the polar radius.
Yeah, and both B and A, they're both the same. They're both the equatorial radius.
Yeah.
Right.
So you got. So let me go back to this one. You got for B, you got 6,356. No, that's for C. For B, you got 6,378.
Okay, hold on. I'll write down the ones that you have there. I mean, they vary a little bit. There's some different measurements. Sorry, what's B again?
B is 6,378. And C is 6,356 kilometers.
All right, those are the ones I'm familiar with. And then often the average is used as 6,371 as a kind of an average. Okay, so now get that formula back up. So we've got 4 pi.
Yeah. Times
b squared.
6,356.
B squared c squared over a squared. And both b and a are the same amount.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to them?
So what's going to happen to them?
Yeah, what's going to happen to b squared and a squared?
Well, based off this formula,
if they're the same,
you will
value.
multiply. You saying you would cancel them out?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be the a squared, right?
Yeah, because a squared and b squared are identical, so they're going to cancel.
So you would have to just multiply 4 times pi times b squared times c squared, right?
Nope, because a and b are going to both cancel completely. So b will be gone.
So it's just c squared?
Just c
so
squared.
You saying it's
for that.
Okay, so you saying 4a times b squared, times c squared.
4 pi. 4
pi times c squared. So 12.56 times 6,356 squared, or 378 squared.
All right. I've got the answer. So,
or no?
All right. I hear a bunch of chatter in the background there. All right, what are you getting there?
I got 5. Let me see. I got 510,926,783.4. That's what I got.
I got
That's exactly.
I got 507,408,124. So, all right. So that's the area using that formula. Now what? Anything? Where did you find that? I'd like to pull that up just so that I can have it since you're showing it. It's on Cambridge something. Did anybody else see where he was pulling that from? I don't know what he's not talking.
I shared again. So you can see the website.
Not yet. There it is. Oh, it's coming. Okay.
Still just
seeing myself.
It's
okay.
www.cambridge.org.
Yep. And the equation spheroid ellipsoid. Okay.
That was for the surface area.
Yep.
And for the surface area of the sphere, I got 12.35, something like that, times 10 to the 12 power.
The surface area of a sphere?
Yeah.
Is 4 pi r squared. It's the same formula.
Look, I'm gonna show you. 4 pi r squared.
Yeah.
And then
and you're gonna put in the average. You're gonna put in the average radius.
The average radius.
Yeah, which
the average radius 6,378 squared.
No, that's the equatorial radius.
Well, 6,356.
It's Leave Wells or Clive Wells.
And I got this. The reason I put the 12.56 right there because that's 4 times pi, which is 3.14 times 4.
So, so Clive has sent this one here. Clive Wells has sent it. So surface area.
Look, check this out. I tell you what, I make a deal with you.
Okay.
Because it said 3.25. If you can at least get 3.10 times 10 to the 12 power.
Corey, you're comparing area to volume. That's what you did though. That 12 that you got, or sorry, that 3.25, that's the volume.
No. I'm talking about like you say that's the volume. Nah, this the surface area. I mean that's the surface area.
Yeah,
I got the
surface area is 507 million. The volume is 3.25 times 10 to the 12.
You say the volume?
Yeah.
No, that's I got the surface area. I could do it again. I could do it again.
But I'm telling you, the volume is 3.25 times 10 to the 12.
Look, I'm gonna show you something.
Okay.
Because you say the volume of the sphere.
Show me.
Which is, remember, it's 4 3 times pi over.
No,
what you
that's
call it?
4/3, not 4/3. 4/3.
You know,
pi r cubed.
So, I put 1.25.
That's not one. Yeah, that's not 1.25.
I mean, my bad. Sorry about that. It's like 1.33. Yeah, 1.33.
There you go.
Yeah, I keep thinking about 5 or 4, some shit like that. But
yeah, something like that.
4 over 3. You know, 1.33. That's what I just say.
All right.
You know? So I can put 1.33, 1.333 times pi.
Yep.
Which is 3.14.
Yeah.
It's 3.14 times radius squared.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the online calculator literally on
I got
screen
the
there
online.
for you. I mean, you could just.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing it for everybody.
You could just.
I'm doing it for everybody.
All right, everybody.
Yeah. 6,378, right? Or you or one?
It depends if you're
because they keep switching from 6,378 to 6,371. Or
no, hold on. They don't keep switching. It depends on your purpose. Do you want the average, or do you want the equatorial, or do you want the polar? There's different reasons.
I want the one that's most accurate.
They're all exactly the same amount of accurate. It depends what you're trying to do. For this instance, you probably want 6,371 because that's the average.
Okay, what's this?
Eric Burns is wondering who's worth at math, Tacori or Iggy. Tacori is fine at math. Iggy is terrible at math.
So. This is what I get.
Okay. Yeah, so that's
I
the
get
volume.
1.8 times. Yeah, so the volume would be 1.8 times 10 to the 12 power.
Okay. All right. Fine. But you're all right, so that's volume. But you were asking you were trying to calculate area, which is not the same as volume.
I was trying to calculate surface area.
Yeah. Yeah, which is different than volume.
So I'm getting both of the volumes and both of the surface areas.
Okay.
You know, so I'm getting the surface area of the oblate spheroid and the volume of the oblate spheroid and the sphere, you know, to compare them.
Yeah, and they're slightly different.
Yeah. No, they're not slightly different. They greatly different.
No,
like
they're just a tiny bit different. I can write it down for you. I think you're kind of getting confused and stuff because you're not writing it down. Sometimes it helps just to do that. At least for me, I like to write things down and then I can look at them side by side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
now let's do this. This will be fun. Let's do the area of a circle. Right? What's the area of a circle? That's the easy one. Everybody knows.
Power square.
There you go. All right, so let's do the area of flat Earth.
The area of flat Earth?
Yeah.
We flat earthers, we don't use measurements for the shape of the Earth. We'll use it for the length of the Earth or distance of a certain place of the Earth.
Yeah.
But we don't ever use it for shapes to find the shape.
So how far is it from the North Pole to the edge of the flat Earth circle?
Oh, you talk about like the radius?
Yeah, what's the radius of the flat Earth?
I think some of the flat earthers they say like 7. Me, I don't know because I never measured it. I could just they say 7,326
What? What units?
kilometers.
7,376 kilometers would not get
26.
you
That's
from.
what they say. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think any flat earther that I'm aware of has ever said that is the radius of flat Earth, because that wouldn't even get you to the equator from the North Pole.
I remember some flat earthers said that a while ago. They had the kilometer, and then they had the whole circumference, which was of the even the ice wall, which was like 42,000 kilograms. I mean, not kilogram, kilometers. I said kilograms. I was thinking about food. My bad. Kilogram. I mean, kilometers. So
what
they
kind
say
of
it was
food do
42,000.
you measure? Hold on, Tacori. What kind of food do you measure in kilograms?
Man, they got a lot of food that you can make. I don't know. I'm just saying. I was thinking about food, which caused
I'll
me
do
to say
this.
kilograms for some reason. But yeah, the flat earthers, they say.
I'll help you out. I'll help you out. It doesn't matter that the distance from the North Pole to the South Pole, which on flat Earth would be the circle, the Antarctic circle, is 20,000 kilometers. Because the distance from the North Pole to the equator is 10,000 kilometers, so it's just twice as far. It's 20. So the radius of flat Earth must be 20,000 kilometers to the ice wall, approximately.
Well, listen, I don't know because I never measured it myself. I was working on doing some measurements myself and actually seeing how the size, but we talking about the shape of the Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We talking about the shape, not the distance. That means that if those equations are inaccurate to each other, and they not, because all of those equations that y'all have of an oblate spheroid is based off a perfect sphere. It's literally based off a perfect sphere. But if the oblate spheroid equations don't match up with the answer for the same with the sphere, with the perfect sphere, then that means that y'all will have to go back to the drawing board and actually figure out the shape of this. I mean, not the shape, the size of the Earth. The size of the Earth.
Yeah.
You would have to literally figure out the size of the Earth.
Tacori, they do. Don't worry about that. So, here's a question for you: Is the flat Earth an oblate circle, or is it not oblate circle?
It's a perfect circle.
It's a perfect circle.
Like
okay. It's not.
It's like a disc, like they say.
Yeah, and then what's on the other side of the what's off the edge of this? Do you just fall into space?
They say that there's worlds like a ripple effect, like a ripple effect of different worlds over that. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you press down in the water, you get the ripple effect, you get the expansion of the rings.
Okay.
That's what they say.
So there's other you think there's other lands back there. But do you think that there's a dome?
Do I think that there's a dome?
Yeah.
I think there are electromagnetic fields that are knitted to each world,
And how do these
like
electromagnetic fields work?
How do magnetic fields work?
Yeah, how do these electromagnetic fields? I mean, I know how electromagnetic fields work, but what you've described is something other than what I understand about.
Well, I put it like this, because I ain't gonna say about the electric universe. I'm not gonna say about the electric universe, even though the universe do have a lot of electromagnetic energy in it.
It does.
I say that I don't study too much about electromagnetism, but you can go to
I believe you.
Faray's laws of electromagnetism.
Maxwell's?
And actually see. Huh?
You mean Maxwell's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Faray or Maxwell's. It's one of them.
Faray. Do you mean Fourier?
I don't know how to pronounce their names. Fourier. I don't know how to pronounce their names.
Yeah, to do like
you can go to
Fourier, to do like a Fourier transform. That's different than Maxwell's equations, yeah.
Yeah, you can like to see how the electromagnetic field works.
Yeah.
You know how it's created in static charge and other things like that. You can actually use those type of you can use them. You know what I'm saying? You
Faraday.
can actually use them.
PhD Tony thinks you might mean Faraday. Faraday
I remember
did more with that topic than Fourier. And Fourier is a Frenchie, so Frenchies,
Faraday,
right?
yeah,
Am I right? Am I right, Tacori?
What'd you say? Hold on. What'd you say? Say it again.
On the Frenchies.
You said something about Frenchies.
Yeah, Frenchies.
Man, you
ain't nobody need Frenchies. Am I right, Tacori?
Get on with that. Don't. Nah, but check this out. So you can use that, and that's because a lot of people think that the flat Earth is a glass dome. That's not true. Like,
I believe,
on,
yeah,
man,
it's not true. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there.
I know where you're going with the. I'm saying that it's like like the ancients called the cosmic womb or the cosmic egg. You know, I study a lot of ancient cosmology, and there's like the cosmic egg being
the cosmic
birthed
chicken
from the
laid the
primordial,
cosmic egg.
What they call it, risen out of the primordial waters.
Okay. I think that just sounds like random stuff, right?
No, that's ancient culture. That's ancient cosmology. And it was like the electromagnetic field. Like, let me show you something real quick. Is my screen still sharing? No, it's not sharing. Because the electromagnetic field, like the positive and negative charges, when they meet, they have like a balance, which is a equilibrium plane, you know. And we look at the Earth as an equilibrium plane where both positive and negative charges meet, and it become a balance, you know. And it's like,
okay. Yeah, share your screen.
let me see. Let me see if I could pull it up real quick first. Let's get these equations off here. Them equations, they was your nightmare, you know.
I don't think so.
I'm saving you.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, you still haven't showed the accuracy in the same amount for. Yeah, you still haven't showed the
I'll
same
tell you
amount
what.
that it would
Since
be for
we're gonna Tacori, we're gonna have to reschedule this. I'll do this. I will go through. I'll get the formula for this area of a sphere, and the area of an oblate spheroid, and the formula for the volume of a sphere and the volume of
that's what I was saying.
I'll do all four of those side by side. I'll have them all ready for you next time. I'll go through all the work. I'll have the equations ready. I'll do that. And if there's other things you want me to do ahead of time, I'll prepare those ahead of time so I'm ready for them. And then can I ask you a few things to get flat Earth, and then we can discuss? Yeah,
you want me to give some measurements?
Yeah. Some
measurements on how large the Earth is, or how
something.
We talking about the shape of the Earth.
Yeah.
You know, so like I said, we don't use measurements for the shape of the Earth.
I know you don't.
Because you don't use measurements to find the shape of something. You use measurements to find the size of something.
Shape is a qualitative thing, right? And
it's a qualitative thing that you don't measure, especially
the dimensions is a quantitative thing. But you can use measurements to confirm some things, right? So you can say, well, we want to make sure that it's actually, and so we're going to do an experiment. We're going to go measure something, and if it's this shape, the measurement will be this, and if it's this shape, the measurement will be this. And so you could do those types of things to confirm and actually do an experiment to determine the shape, right?
I need you to read something for me real quick.
Okay.
Just read something real quick.
Is it a Dr. Seuss book?
Sneetches
on Beaches?
Yeah, it's a Dr. Seuss book. Here it is right here. You see this kid right here, so you know this is the Dr. Seuss book. So can you read this real quick?
Hold on. Let me get
this off real quick.
Measurement definition. Measurement is a system to measure the height, width, weight, the height, weight, capacity, or even amount of certain objects. We can measure how long things are or how tall.
How
far these things are. For example, the height of Oliver is 100 inches, and the height of the giraffe is 150 inches. And this is on splashlearn.com. Okay.
Yeah, this is something very simple.
Yeah, definitely.
Something very simple.
Some very simplistic thing.
So, did you see shape there?
I mean, I already covered.
No, I'm just asking. Did you see shape there?
That shape is a qualitative.
Yeah,
and measuring is a quantitative. Yeah, I already covered that.
That's cool. But did you read shape there?
I already covered it, Tacori. I already clarified. I way over clarified this, and you're trying to come back to it again.
No, I'm saying because that's what I'm saying, because y'all be like, y'all flat earthers are idiots because y'all don't have measurements for the shape of the earth.
Yeah.
Nobody
definitely.
have measurements for the shape of anything. They
Sure
have measurements for the size of that shape.
Oh, okay. All right. Semantics
because check
games.
this out.
Hold on, Tacori. Semantics games don't change the shape of the earth.
Listen, that's not semantics. Watch this. Let me show you something real quick. Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you something.
Yeah, show me. Let's see here. Oh, this is.
Let me share my screen.
All right, go ahead.
Can you read that?
Why do you want me to read it for you?
Okay, I'll read it. Semantics, the branch of linguistics and logic concerns with meaning. There are a number of branches and sub-branches of semantics, including formal semantics, which studies the logical aspects of meaning, such as sense, reference, implications, and logical form. Lexical semantics, which study the words' meaning and words' relations, and conceptual semantics, which is study the cognitive structure of meaning. So you damn right. Those were semantics that I was using. So yeah, appreciate the compliment. Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm just saying, it's logical to say that you can't. This is why when you drop like formulas, you get kilograms, you get meters, you get kilometers, but you never get the shape.
Yeah,
at the end of that equation.
The shape is qualitative. Yeah.
Yeah, it may be qualitative, but it is not used for measurements. Especially if y'all already saw the Earth. I know y'all say that.
Yeah, and of course there's pictures of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but so if y'all got all the real pictures of the Earth, why would y'all need measurements to find the shape of the Earth if y'all already got the shape of the Earth
because when a flat earther casts doubt on it, and I'm like, well, let's go do an experiment to see what shape the Earth is. And so you can do an experiment to output the qualitative shape of the Earth. Right? You can say, well, we know the geometry of a sphere or geometry of an oblate spheroid, and we know the geometry of a flat disk. And so let's do a test that where we're going to hypothesize and we're going to predict a certain measurement for a sphere, and we're going to do a certain measurement, same measurement, and here's the output that would happen if it's flat, and then we'll compare the two of them and see which one matches the observation. And so those measurements would then be used to inform us on the qualitative test of whether or not the Earth is a sphere or flat or a triangle or something else.
Yeah, here's the thing though, like, if that's the case, we flat earthers looked at those real photos of the Earth.
I wasn't
those
even
real
talking
photos
about, I wasn't even talking about photos.
No, hold on. I'm saying because I said because when I asked you, why are y'all trying to have measurements to find the shape of the Earth if y'all already showed real photos of the Earth, and you said because flat earthers cast doubt on those. Since us flat earthers cast doubt on something that is so supposed to be so obviously facts, and we some derfs, right? We some flirts, we some dummies and stuff. We derf, right? So if us a derf look at a picture and we don't know what the shape of the Earth is, even looking at a picture, what make you think some equations that's long as hell gonna get it?
Yeah, we do it for fun and entertainment. Here, I want to. So you were talking about the cosmic egg before, right?
Yeah, that's what the ancients looked at it as, the cosmic womb.
Yeah, let me send you here. This will be, you'll like this. Here's the.
Man, it better not be no troll stuff neither.
Here's the
I knew it was gonna be some
the
troll
cosmic
stuff.
egg and the cosmic chicken. Well, that looks like it's a cosmic rooster, actually. So there you go.
Is it a chicken or a rooster?
Well, it falls under the general umbrella of chicken.
You don't know if that's a chicken or a rooster?
Well, but it looks like a rooster. But it's both a chicken and a rooster because the non-rooster form. If it's a chicken but it's not a rooster, what is it then? What's the word for it?
I ain't never say it wasn't.
No, I'm just asking you. What's the word for the other gender of chicken other than rooster?
Shoot, that I say a trooster.
Nope.
Or a is a trooster or a rooskin.
No, roost. Oh my gosh, Tacori. A rooster is a boy chicken, and what's a girl chicken?
Yeah, I know. I was joking. I was having fun.
Joe Black thinks that the name for a female chicken is nugget.
Man,
the word
chickens out there. The chickens out there are gonna be offended.
Hold on, the word you're looking for is hen. Hen. So this does not look to me like a hen. It looks to me like a rooster. So, all right. Well, let's reschedule. I have another one coming up, and Cody is the guy. We pushed it back a little bit, but
I'm a do these too. So just in case you try to, get wiggly with the equations, I'm
definitely check my work. And so let's do this. We'll schedule another one coming up here. And I'll do those four formulas, and then you can ask me a few more, and I'll do them, and then I'll get a few things for you to answer for me.
The volume, here's the thing: the volume and the area, the volume, the surface area. The sphere and the oblate spheroid, the volume and the surface area, they better be the same. Or they better be around the same.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to be the same. If they are the same, then that's a problem. Because the volume of a perfect sphere versus the volume of an oblate spheroid are going to be different.
Here's the thing: if they different, you know what I'm saying, then that means that your equations that you've been basing off the oblate spheroid.
I know it would be disastrous, and so I am not scared to test to do a falsification test of the globe.
Okay.
And you should not be scared to do a falsification test of flat Earth, right?
I'm not gonna use measurements. I'm gonna use I got real experiments.
All right. Okay. Well, Tacori, thank you. I hope that whatever it was that caused you to be delayed is good and works out for the best. And I have another one coming up in just a little bit here with Cody. But Tacori, it's been good talking to you. Thanks a lot.
All right.
And we'll see you next time. Here we go.
MC2, drop that beat.
All right. Let it flow. Let yourself go. So I know that is the tempo.
So, yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this. Yo, it's MC2, the debunking tycoon. I shatter flat earthers, make them face the moon. Your attempts are decent, but they'll swoon in the face of my logic like a deflated balloon.
Oh, MC2, the one to soon cartoons. On the real stage, send it first to their views. Your theories are like old brooms, sweeping ignorance, or just spreading the views.
FDFE stands for fumbling the facts, evidently. I drop truth bombs so splendidly. Your approach is soft, mine's unrelenting. I bring the science while you're just venting.
MC2, the platoon with silver spoon. I tackle pseudoscience, make them change their tune. You're the sidekick, I'm the room. When it comes to debunking, I'm the room.
To the dizzle dizzle, in the rizzle dizzle. But hey, FTFE, we share the creed to educate and debunk the plant the seed. Though in this rap, it's clear indeed I got the upper hand in word indeed. All right, hold on a second. The Zoom call died. Everything died. No.